50 Cent says he gave the BMF family $5 million legal dollars, so he does not understand where the money went, how Lil Meech blew it before Big Meech got out of jail, but he feels extremely betrayed after that picture got taken between Big Meech and Rick Ross after he got out of jail.
Y'all, this ain't just drama. This is straight up Hollywood betrayal meets hood legend heartbreak. Imagine giving someone the keys to the kingdom, putting them in position to win, feeding their family, even paying for rehab, only for them to turn around, snatch the bag, and ride off into the sunset with your biggest enemy? That's exactly what Lil Meech just did to 50 Cent. Not only did he allegedly steal $10 million, but he linked up with Rick Ross, the one man who's been gunning for 50 for years, to make it happen. And baby, the betrayal? It's colder than New York in January. Private texts are leaking. 50's going nuclear. And Big Meech? He's out here acting like 50 never existed. Oh, you thought this was just another industry beef? Nah, this is personal. This is war. Let's break it all down.
I looked at it like, from that point, maybe 50 should have brung a bag for Meech and maybe a watch or something. Because obviously that's what Ross did or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I had in mind.
Back in the day, when 50 personally picked Demetrius Lil Meech Flinory Jr. to play his own father in the hit star series BMF, this wasn't some Hollywood audition. It was a divine opportunity, a golden ticket. Lil Meech wasn't an actor. Hell, he barely had his foot in the door. He was trying to be a rapper, maybe catch a break.
But look, 50. Boy, I see you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long?
50 saw something no one else did. When the industry ignored Meech, 50 stepped in. He sent him to acting school for 2 whole years, paid every dime, no questions asked, turned him into a star. And that's not even the half of it. Behind closed doors, 50 was wiring serious cash to Meech's family. We're talking $5 million in clean legal money. That's the kind of bread that changes bloodlines.
50, who own your masters? Who own your masters? I buy your masters. You better shut up. I will buy your masters.
But this wasn't just about a role. 50 had a vision. Spin-offs, films, a global BMF empire. Something real, something legit. For a family that once ran the streets, this was redemption in HD. Meanwhile, Big Meech was locked up, watching his son shine under the lights, reclaiming their name. But the one who made that happen? Not a label, not a lawyer, not even a rapper. A businessman, 50 Cent. He resurrected the BMF legacy and built a whole brand, just for it to be dragged into drama.
But look, 50. Boy, I see you struggling making that G-Unit film studio out there in Louisiana where that cheapest land at. You thought you was gonna be able to do it. You thought you was gonna be able to get them loans, and it ain't. What's wrong? What's taking so long? I know you wanna make your mama one of them walking stars thing. Put down there. Your mama live. Her own walking star.
And 50? He stayed silent, never boasted, never begged for credit, never flexed about those 6-figure checks or the acting school hustle. But something shifted, something dark. Now 50's speaking up, and the biggest theory flying around, he wasn't just helping, he was invested, betting heavy on BMF like it was his future. Even Rick Ross saw it, throwing shade like it was confetti. And when Big Meech got out of prison in October, whew, things hit the fan. Everyone expected a big reunion, some public moment with 50 Cent, interviews, maybe even a documentary. But nah, Big Meech didn't run to 50.
We call it renderings. You had the renderings, then you try to go get them loans, and ain't nobody loan you that money. You ain't even built the G-Unit studio yet. That might be why when I stood next to Meech, your knees buckled. Your knees buckled. Put your back against the wall. You're hustling.
He showed up with Rick Ross. Y'all heard me right. Car shows, concerts, Instagram flicks, full-blown bromance. Meech and Ross were cheesing like they'd been besties since Sandbox days. And not a single shout out to 50. Not even a thank you. No nod. No post. Not even a DM. Nothing. It wasn't just betrayal. It was disrespectful. Like a calculated slap to 50's face. And 50? At first, he bit his tongue. But silence? That don't mean peace. It means war is brewing. Now here's the gag. Where's the money? 50 says he helped them secure $5 million in legit paper from the BMF series, real cash, and poof, it's gone. He posted online, "Why old boy didn't look out for me after I sent him to acting school. That man was hot." He even called out Big Meech himself, posting, "Big Screech, all your people did nothing for him. You come home thinking you the Black Pablo Escobar. Fed him up. I helped your family make over $5 million legit. It's not my fault it's all gone. You shining so hard you wearing the baby's jewelry. B, give the baby back his jewelry. Y'all, the baby's jewelry?" He was not playing. And Lil Meech, out here doing promo videos for $500 like a washed-up influencer just to stay afloat. 50 clowned him on IG. Big Screech got Meech doing promos $500 a pop. Get you one while it lasts. But 50 wasn't done. Next move, he posted a GoFundMe. Yeah, you read that right. A whole GoFundMe for Big Meech. Probably a troll, but still, he added, "Help Big Screech pay his $30,000 a month Airbnb." That's one of P's cribs. Shout out to quality control. Pure chaos. And then he dragged 42 Doug into it. Said Doug gave Big Meech $100K and roasted him too. "Your daddy, my ninja. You made a mistake giving Screech $100,000. You could have given that to your ninjas. You always been hard-headed." Doug clapped back, of course. But the damage? Done. Then Tony Yayo spilled some serious tea. He said Big Meech came home begging Lil Baby for handouts and was mad that Lil Meech wasn't helping him financially. But Lil Meech, out here blowing cash like a maniac. $100,000 on Chrome Hearts jeans, $500,000 on a BMF chain, flashin' designer everything while Big Meech allegedly can't even pay rent, flexin' watches while Pops is begging. And the audacity? When 50 unfollowed him, Lil Meech had the nerve to catch an attitude. Yayo said it plain. 50 wasn't mad they spent the money. He was mad they wasted it. No investments, no plan, just vibes and flex. And then, brace yourself. Word is 50 bought the halfway house that Big Meech is legally required to stay in. Meaning, Big Meech is allegedly paying rent to 50 Cent. And 50 being 50, he grinned in an interview and said, "Business is business." Chilly, ice cold. Fans lost it. One said, "This is the greatest burn I've ever seen." Another, 50 stands on business. That's why he's unmatched. But not everyone believed it. Some called Captain, said there's no way Meech is in a halfway house. But y'all, this is 50 we're talking about. If anyone could pull off that level of petty, it's him. Meanwhile, Lil Meech jumped on Instagram, all heartfelt, posting, "Before I asked God for anything, I asked him to bring my father home. I love you, Dad. Death before dishonor." That wasn't just love, that was a declaration. He chose his side, and it wasn't 50. Then Rick Ross entered the chat again. Soon as Big Meech touched down, Ross organized a welcome home concert, pushed promos, and got Meech to co-sign. But this wasn't about music, it was about strategy, petty revenge, using Meech like a chess piece. And then, Floyd Mayweather popped up. You remember that wild feud between 50 and Floyd? Yeah, it runs deep. So imagine the betrayal when Lil Meech shows up at Lucky Strike in Miami with Floyd, Rick Ross, and an entire entourage. Not just chilling, but handing out exclusive merch, going car shopping, ice shopping, Lakers games, the works. Meanwhile, 50's watching all this go down. Seeing the same people who never lifted a finger for BMF now suddenly reaping the benefits, that hit different. So he clapped back the only way he knows how. Dropped a video of Meech and Ross with some slick shade, joking, "You tell your pops I'ma look out. What's the address? I'ma send some wings over there." Classic 50. Deleted it later, but the damage was done. And then 50 dropped the bombshell. He claimed Lil Meech showed up on set high, not just once, repeatedly. He said the kid was throwing up during a weapons test, had whippets in his truck, and needed rehab. Quietly, 50 sent him, paid for it, covered it up, protected him. Until now. Because when loyalty disappears, so does the silence. Then 50 posted a screenshot from Tammy Cowens, Big Meech's old business partner. He asked her straight up if Big Meech knew she was snitching while he was locked up. She replied, "Yep." He captioned it, "Tammy Cowens, the truth and nothing but the truth. Coming soon." And to top it off, he blurred Lil Meech's face out of every BMF promo image. Erased, like he never existed. Cold. Then Lil Meech tried to make peace. Texted 50 saying, "I take the shirt off my back for you. I'm human. I never switched up." But it was too late. And then, Lil Meech dropped the wildest line yet. He went online and said, "Ross gave my dad some bread so he can pay his bills until our next season starts." Wait, what? You just admitted Rick Ross is cutting checks to your dad, aka the same man 50 Cent carried for years? 50 clapped back with one line that silenced the room. What next season? That right there, that's the death bell. Fans took it as a sign that BMF might be done, canceled, finito. And here's where it gets dark. What if Big Meech sabotaged his own son's career out of jealousy? Yeah, let that sink in. All this chaos might not just be about 50, might be a quiet father-son war. Big Meech came home, saw his son shining, and instead of lifting him up, tried to take the spotlight back. That's not just betrayal, that's tragedy. This was supposed to be a redemption arc, legacy reborn, father and son rebuilding an empire. Instead, it's turning into the collapse of one. 50's pulling away. Starz hasn't confirmed another season. Rick Ross legally can't touch BMF. And the streets are asking the same question. Did Lil Meech really snake 50 Cent for $10 million? Drop your thoughts below. This story ain't over. See you on the next one.